Part 4. When you look at the table of nations in 1 Chronicles 1 and 35, you find a remarkable thing. A remarkable thing. Check it out. I will back it up a couple of verses so you can get the entire flavor of what I'm talking about. Let's start at 1 Chronicles 1, 35 through 39 in the Septuagint. Perceptional context. This is the genealogy of Edom. Tell me if you hear anything interesting along the way. Quote, the sons of Esau, Eliphaz, and Raguel, and Jewel, and Jaglam, and Kor. The sons of Eliphaz, Theman, and Omar, Saphar, and Gulfin, and Kenaz, and Thamna, and Amalek. And the sons of Raguel, Nachaz, Seir, Som, and Mos. The sons of Seir, Latan, Sabol, Sabigon, Anna, Disan, Asur, and Disan. Example. I'm going to stop right there, but allow me to ask the strong and the hard a question. Who in Hades is Seir? S-E-I-R. And where did his children come from? I mean, we just read Esau's children and their children, and not one of them mentioned anyone by the name of Seir. Here's where knowing what a word is worth come into place. I want you to perceive this as uncut funk, so I will let the beat rock. According to Wikipedia under Seir, S-E-I-R, quote, Seir, rough, hairy. It is sometimes used as an alternative term for a goat, as in Seir la Azazel, scapegoat. Here's another one. Seir, prince in ancient Egypt, a name used by the Egyptians to refer to the god of the dead, known to the Greeks as Osiris. The term Seir was also used by the Egyptians to refer to the constellation Orion, which was considered to be a representation of the god Osiris in heaven. Here's another bulletin. Seir, demon, prince of hell in demonology. Here's another bullet. Ancestor of the dukes of the Horites in the land of Seir, later Edom. That's Genesis 36, 20 through 30. Here's another bullet. Mount Seir, a mountainous region occupied by the Edomites, extending along the eastern side of the Abullah from the southeastern extremity of the Dead Sea to near the Aqaba, or the eastern branch of the Red Sea. It was, listen up, it was originally occupied by the Horites, Genesis 14 and 6, who were afterwards driven out by the Edomites. Example. So as you can hopefully see, no matter which way you want to look at it, Seir is the ancient name of a high-ranking Rephaim spirit shade, whose part in the iniquity of the Amorites was to spawn children called the Horites. In fact, according to Wikipedia under Horites, history, quote, the first mention of the Horites in the Torah was when they were defeated by a coalition of eastern kings led by Chedorlaomer of Elam in modern-day Iran. These kings had come through the Horite territory to subdue a rebellion by a coalition of other kings of peoples whom they had ruled for 12 years, who were living near the Dead Sea and Sodom and Gomorrah. That's Genesis 14, 1 through 12. Stop. Did you notice how they said that? I mean, to say, quote, these kings had come through the Horite territory to subdue a rebellion by a coalition of other kings of peoples whom they had ruled for 12 years. Sure sounds like there are at least two types or dash manner of people being talked about in this one land. But let's continue, please. Quote, later, according to Genesis 36, the Horites coexisted and intermarried with the family of Esau, grandson of Abraham through Isaac. They were eventually brought under the rule of the descendants of Esau, also then known as Edom. Listen up, listen up. The ancestry of Seir the Horite is not specified. Pre-Adamite Horite chiefs, descendant of Seir, are listed in Genesis 36:20 through 29 and 1 Chronicles 1 and 38 and 42. One of these chiefs, Zibeon, is also described as a Hivite. Esau's wife, something, was his granddaughter. Their 3 sons all became chiefs, although unlike the sons of Esau, they are not called chiefs in Edom. At some time, certain of these leaders rose to the level of kings over the other chiefs, and the Horites' land became known as Edom rather than the land of Seir. Stop. This is the real reason why Edom and Mount Seir are mentioned in the same prophecies. It's because they are the same, yet different people. Let's continue, please. Quote, apparently, there was no familial royal line whereby sons of these post-Horite kings succeeded to the throne, but rather some other system was in place by which kings were either chosen or won the right to rule. Genesis 36 and 31. Example. The reason the firstborn son didn't automatically follow their dad is because the Syrian deep elite picked their kingdom's leaders. But wait! Check out who Seir's firstborn son is. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know. Hold on to your wigs. Hold on to your toupees. According to Wikipedia, Lotan, he's in the scriptures. We just read about it. Quote, and it is Lotan. Quote, Lotan, meaning coiled, is a servant of the sea god Yam, defeated by the storm god Hadad Baal in the Ugaritic Baal cycle. Lotan seems to have been prefigured by the serpent Temtem, represented in Syrian seals of the 18th through 16th century BC. Bronze Age bingo! And finds a latter reflex in the sea monster Leviathan, whose defeat at the hands of Yahweh, that's what they say, is alluded to in the biblical book of Job and in Isaiah 27 and 1. Lotan is an adjectival formation meaning coil, here used as a proper name. The same creature has a number of possible epithets, including, personal quote, a fugitive serpent, and maybe, personal quote, the wiggling serpent, and, personal quote, the mighty one with 7 heads. Example. What? Is this the monster that will be killed upon the valleys and hills talked about in the other prophecies? You know, like the Leviathan, that is the king of the children of the pride, or the one of the monsters that will live in the Nile River that will be caught in the net? I don't know about you, but having the symbol of a serpent on minted coins sounds like a dead giveaway to me. Whether it is or not, who in Hades would name their child after this creature? Now check out a couple of Seir's other children and how the demons hide in plain sight by mingling themselves with the seed of man. According to Bible Study Tools under Anah, A-N-A-H, quote, one of the sons of Seir and head of an Idumean tribe. What? One of the sons of Seir and head of an Idumean tribe called the Horites. As in course of time, all the branches of this tribe were called from the dwellings caves in Mount Seir. That's Genesis 36 and 20. And Genesis 36 and 29, 1 Chronicles 1 and 38. Example. Now do you see why all of Idumea, including Mount Seir, must die and everything is burnt? Nothing has changed from the beginning there. They have lived in the rocks then, and as we have discovered, they still live in the rocks. Big fancy rocks, but rocks none the same. Now check this son out and tell me if anything sounds familiar to you. according to the Topical Bible Dictionary under Dishon, Dishon, quote, a Horite clan mentioned as the youngest son and elsewhere as grandson of Seir. The form Dishon occurs several times in the list of Horite clans, together with many other totem names. Example, according to Google and myself, totem means Totem, a natural object or animal believed by a particular society to have spiritual significance and adopted by it as an emblem, which can only mean our earlier discovery of the Indian shaman telling us each wave of humanity ascended out of the earth under their own particular totem, and made war against those who came out before them, wasn't all wrong. I'm going to cut this week's videos out short because I must get my mind right for a big Fig Newton video. I'm going to go for it, Miss Ivy. I'm going to go for it, Miss Rita. And don't try to stop me either. I've made up my mind. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going for it. Hopefully, you have found something interesting thus far in our series. Don't worry. We must double back to areas we have already traveled now that you have the right perception to see what we missed. Until then, little Miss Ivy and I will be descending deeper into the darkness of the netherworld. She is a determined little bugger, so I already know we won't stop until we finally reach the netherworld capital city, Necropolis. Until then, we are out.